Shadows, the horror movie heroes by Clouds. Read by Distracted by Books. Chapter 40. Epilogue. Kotsky made his way to the 1A classroom. First days were important, and he was going to show these extras who's boss. The door was huge, but that wasn't a big deal for the strongest person in his class. Kotsky kicked open the door with a bang and slouched over to one of the seats by the window, kicking his feet up on the desk in front of him. Immediately, some four eyes came over to lecture him about his dress, his way of opening the door, and whatever else the stuck-up rich kid considered so terribly important. That was fine. It was a good opportunity to teach this trust fund baby a lesson. He had just stood up to give the extra a piece of his mind when he noticed some other extras lurking around by the door of the classroom. There were 3 of them, and they looked too old to be their classmates. Upperclassmen, maybe? They must be scoping out the competition. Well, Kotsky certainly wasn't about to disappoint them. Four Eyes had followed his gaze and finally stopped lecturing Kotsky for long enough to zoom over to the door and introduce himself to the lurkers. Hello, my name is Tenya Ida. You must be our seniors. It is a pleasure to meet you. Thanks. A blonde extra smiled brightly and shook Ida's hand. I'm Togata Mirio, and these are my friends, Nejire and Tamaki Yamajiki. Ida cleared his throat. May I ask what you are doing here? I was under the impression we wouldn't be meeting the upperclassmen until later in the year. Oh, we're not here in any official capacity, Nejire giggled. We were just looking to see if a couple people we know really did make it in. But she put her hand over her eyes like she was pirate, looking for land, and scanned the room. It looks like they're not here. Who are you looking for? Ida asked helpfully. Maybe we can inform you if they come in later. Or perhaps they came in and left to go to the restroom. Oh, you'd remember them if you'd already met. Amajiki shivered. The shadows make a terrifying impression. Oh, really? A voice from behind them made everyone jump, and Kotsky whirled around, his palms already sparking, to see a tall extra with purple hair that he vaguely recognized lounging in the windowsill, where he was almost completely sure no one had been before. I didn't know you thought so highly of us. Oh my God, Tamaki muttered. They really put you in the hero course. Of course they did. Another voice came from the doorway, and the upperclassmen let out little yelps. It was better than the alternative, don't you agree? Mirio froze up. They've got us surrounded. Kotsky finally registered the second speaker, and his palms lit up fully this time. Oi! Deku! What the hell is a quirkless loser like you doing at UA? I'll kill you! Izuku glared at him, and Kotsky could have sworn the room got a degree or 2 colder. Kill me, Bakugo? I think you missed your chance. Kotsky was so thrown by the lack of nickname that his palms went out for just half a second, long enough for the purple-haired one to sneak up on him and throw him to the ground. Shit, just who did these extras think they were? We're gonna go now. Nejire sounded slightly frightened as she grabbed her 2 friends and dragged them from the room. Nice to see you again, Shadows. You too, Izuku and his freaky friend said in unison, which didn't make them any less freaky. Oi, Deku, Kotsky growled from his place on the floor. Why were the upperclassmen so freaked out by a quirkless weakling like you? Maybe because we're scary, the purple freak said. Don't you agree? Like hell! Kotsky froze. Oh, yeah. This was the brainwasher that the nerd had befriended. Go sit in your desk like a good little boy, the purple freak said, and Kotsky obeyed. This is what happens when you mess with Izuku. You don't want to know what happens when you mess with me. The brainwasher released his control, and Kotsky growled at them. Nobody's ever gonna accept a couple freaks like you as heroes. We don't want them to accept us. Izuku smiled sweetly. We want them to fear us, and it looks like they already do. The end. This concludes Shadows The horror movie Heroes by Clouds. My head in the clouds, not coming down.